What's up, guys? This is Ardinal7 back for another war video. This is Season 40, War 12, the last war of the season. I am in LVT, and we are facing against FNG. I have a short war, only 4 fights. I'm bringing CGR, Human Torch, and Nebula. First up is CGR versus Human Torch on Node 4. This is a super straightforward fight. I'm just going to do the normal CGR rotation. I am using the large cosmic special boosts and power back boosts. If the SP2 doesn't kill him, the second one will. So, we're going to parry heavy, get a light ending combo, medium ending combo, no dexing, throw the SP2. He's at half health. Couple hits in, another SP2. And we've got overkill there too. Nice and easy. Next up, we have Human Torch versus Absorbing Man on Node 31. This is the first fight on Path 2 in Section 2. I did use my Flame On pre-fight. Last war was the first time I have taken Absorbing Man in Alliance War, also with the Torch. And it's going to be the same strategy here, although it's going to take a little bit more time. So we're just going to bait SP1s and then heavy punish them. But because of the node, I've got Furies, I've got these placebo buffs, my dex buff, it's just feeding into Mystic Dispersion, so he gets a bunch of SP1s. So every time he throws it, I'm just going to dash away, throw the heavy, no big deal. I do take a little bit of chunk damage there, but this fight was wholly in control. I don't need Torch again, no potions needed. For my next 2 fights, I am using Nebula for both, so I am turning on the tech power boosts, and I'm also using a PS1. This is Nebula versus Weapon X on Node 42. So I start with the bar power. I am just going to try to get to an SP2 and drop after holding block to 20 amp charges. So I'll parry past the shocks over to Weapon X, throw my SP2, and just watch him melt. Weapon X does have an unstoppable from his heavy attack. It does have a cooldown, so I'm pretty comfortable dexing him in the corner, but unfortunately I do get clipped here in just a second. There it is, and he hits so hard. Not worried about dying, though, because it's just one heavy, and I had my 20 amp charges. I immediately get the parry, throw the SP2, and it's lights out. My last fight of the war and of the season is Nebula versus Nimrod on Node 46. I still have the PS1 from the previous fight, but the strategy here is just to hold block until you get 5 amp charges. At that point, you shut down basically all of his abilities. His ability accuracy is reduced to 0, so I can hit into him and not throw specials, not worry about the strike counter on the node. Nebula is just such a great counter for robots because she can just ignore basically everything. But I am shortening my combos and trying to bait heavies just because I much prefer to dex his SP2. The SP1 is just a little bit harder, and sometimes you get clipped. So, but I got to my SP3. I throw it here. He's going to come out with an SP2, so I'm going to try to bait that. But the plan is after my SP3, build back up to an SP2 and throw it, which will double whatever shocks I have on him. Unfortunately, because he was a little bit stingy, it took me a little while to build back up to the SP2, and I'm going to lose that buff I get from Nebula's SP3 that allows all the shocks on contact. So Nimrod's, at low health. Once I get the SP2, I'm just going to parry. I will pass over the 20 shocks, and then I'll double it with my SP2. I will no longer have the ability accuracy reduction, but it will be more than enough damage and just melt him down. So there I have the SP2. There's the parry. Hit into him, throw the SP2, and watch the shocks do the work. And he's down. So that is it for Season 40. I finished Deathless at 59-0. This is my second time finishing Deathless at the Masters level. I'm really, really proud of the season I put together here. So I really appreciate you all watching the videos. This is also the first season that I decided to post war content. I hope that you enjoyed it, you learned something. Again, just thank you for checking me out. If you are not subscribed, I'd appreciate it if you did. Throw me a like, a comment. But I just, like I said, wanted to thank you guys for checking me out. So until next time, be well, everyone.